Hello everybody and welcome back to Full House Sports here, myself Charlie. Reminder for the video starts, please like, please comment and please subscribe. Anything you guys do is greatly appreciated, so thank you in advance. Right, after making myself look a tremendous muppet last week in my Eubank Ben prediction, saying that I thought Eubank would win a decision, a wide decision, or potentially stop Conor Ben late, I'm back with my boxing predictions, this time for the Ring 4 card. A tremendous card that is taking place in Saudi Arabia on Saturday night, and one that I'm really looking forward to. I think all four of the main fights could easily be headline fights. I know that has been a criticism of the Ring cards, and to an extent I do agree, because I do think if you look at how they're affecting the boxing landscape in general, we're seeing more fights on pay-per-view, etc. It's one of those things, but if you take the card as standalone and forget all that other rubbish, what a card it is. It's such an exciting fight night, and one that, like I say, you can't not look forward to. It features some of the boxing's young superstars. In fact, it features probably all of them. You could easily title this card The Future, because I think you could easily make a case that four of the guys in this card, five maybe, are the future of boxing, or will be the future of boxing if they continue the way they're going. That first man, of course, is Jesse Bam Rodriguez, who faced off against Puma Martinez. Bam is so good. The way he works angles, the power he has, he's just a machine. There's no other way to describe him. I know they're looking at other things and where they can take him. I think for a few of us, for me, one of the best fights in boxing would be Bam versus Inoue. I think that would be phenomenal. We know Inoue is coming back and fighting on December 27th. I think him versus Bam, wow. But then, of course, you've got Nakatani as well. And the good thing about these lower weight divisions is they're all so closely packed together. They're literally only a cheeseburger off moving up and down in weight. That's the truth of it. There's about 4 or 3 pounds between some of them. It's not that, there's not that big a differential until you start getting bigger and bigger, which I think we've seen guys do. Lenito Donaire comes to mind, for example. But I think he'll win. I think he'll win in impressive fashion. I can see him stopping Martinez probably in about the 6th or 7th round. Martinez will come to fight. Of course he will. It's a big night for him, but I could just see him breaking Puma Martinez down and putting on a winning performance that will hopefully lead to some huge fights for Bam in 2026. Abdullah Mason, 20 years old, fighting Sam Noakes. Sam Noakes, I would love to win this fight. I think he's done it the right way. He's come up the hard way. British, Commonwealth, European. He's seems from interviews to be a man who is quite, I don't say happy-go-lucky, but just very, this is me, this is who I am, this is what I am. I'm a boxer, I'm here to do my job. I'm not into all the other rubbish that goes on in this game. I'm here to win fights and I'm here to fight. And he can fight. I think, and I know it's an easy thing to say, I think this will show us how good Mason is, because there's a lot of hype around Abdullah Mason. There's a lot of talk. If he beats an old, not an old pro, Sam Noakes isn't old, but if he beats an experienced pro, a bloke who's done the hard yards in Sam Noakes, you sit up and take notice. I personally think Mason could be, I hesitate to use the phrase, but outmanned by Noakes. We've seen him drop before. I think Noakes carries power down in that lightweight division, and I don't know. I hope Sam Noakes doesn't let the occasion and imposes himself on Mason. As in I'm here. I don't say fight dirty, but hitting him, letting him know, look, I've got all the tricks of trade. I've done the gym wars. I've done the small hall shows. I know all the tricks of the trade, and you're in with me tonight. And I can see maybe outmanning Abdullah Mason. And I hope maybe that is my heart talking over my head as a Brit who wants to see another British world champion. But I'm going to pick Sam Noakes this one. I think he's been really underrated. I think a lot of talk about Mason. And I look at Abdullah Mason, I think, is there enough on your record to back it up at the moment? I'm not entirely sure. Then is the two big ones. Devin Haney, Brian Norman. I'm not going to go on a true Geordie rant saying I hate Devin Haney. What on earth was that all about, by the way? That was terrible. But he's not everyone's cup of tea, Devin Haney, and do I think he's lost fights that he's maybe got? Yeah, I do. But is he a coward? No. And you only have to look at Brian Norman's knockout of Jin Sasaki to tell you why he's not a coward, because that man has got power. I think Haney will win. I think Haney will put on a masterclass. I think he might be tagged in the fight, and I think he might go into deep waters. I think this could be fight of the night, and people will say, no, really, over Benavidez Yard? I do, because I think Haney's showing signs that maybe the critics are getting to him. He is only 27 after all. He's done a lot in a short period of time. And Norman carries power. I think there will be times where he's in trouble in this fight, but I think he'll come out the other side. He'll clinch, he'll know what to do. He'll get himself through the other side, and he'll outbox Brian Norman. I can see Haney winning a points decision. I hope he does more than he did on the Times Square card, because if he has 2 fights in a row, I can see His Excellency potentially losing his patience with him, and that would be a real shame to see, because, listen, Floyd Mayweather said it best, it's a sweet science, it's the art of hitting, not getting hit, and Devin Haney's good at that, and people, I think, need to remember that. Not every fight's going to be Barrera Morales Wood. Not every fight's going to be Gatti Ward. Boxers are allowed to box. Last up, I think this is the running order, is Benavidez Yard. I love David Benavidez. He's been out of the ring a long while. You forget his last fight was David Morrell, but what a performance that was. He, again, outgunned Morrell, was just too tough for him. You thought in the early stages, oh, Morrell could have him in trouble. No. The monster came through. He's an animal. There's no other way to describe him. He's an animal. I did think, and I know it's a rumour doing the rounds on social media, I did think, looking at him this week in interviews, he looks big. Is he struggling to get down to weight? I know that's the buzzword in boxing at the minute. Is he struggling to get down to weight? He looks huge for even light heavy. How he ever got down to super middle, I don't know. And I don't think Canelo should have avoided him, but I can see why when you think of where Canelo started his career to where Benavidez looks. Yard, we know, will come in great shape. He looks always $1 million. I like Anthony Yard. I think he's been unlucky, really, because we don't know Yard's level. He's either fighting sort of British level, where it's Lyndon Arthur, or I can't remember the lad he fought on the Boxer show last year on Aziz Bouatsi's card. But we've either had him fight them, or we've had him in with Benavidez and Kovalev, which were 2 really tough fights. He fought, let's not forget, he fought Kovalev the Monster, or just before Kovalev started this down period. He fought that Kovalev, the Kovalev before Canelo, and Benavidez. I think it'll be an absolute war. I think it'll be toe-to-toe. I can see it having a similar outcome to Benavidez Yard, where Benavidez just gets to Yard in about the 8th and 9th round. But I do think it will be interesting if this weight rumour is true with Benavidez, what happens? Because if it is true, does his punch resistance lessen? Does he not be able to move? Is Yard able to hit? Because Yard's boxing is underrated, I think. I think he can box. He just sometimes chooses not to. It'll be interesting to see. I would personally favour Benavidez, though, to do what Benavidez did. But I think Yard will have his moments in the fight. All in all, it's a great card. I will be buzzing for it. I cannot wait to watch it. And as always, guys, hope you guys have a great day. Please like, please comment, please subscribe. Anything you guys do is greatly appreciated. Have a good one.